Well, folks, welcome to another episode here at Gideon's Tactical. I am your host, Aaron, and we're going to be looking today at the 511 Covrt 18 backpack. I've had this for almost a year now and have really had a chance to EDC it for about 2 months during the summer of 2017. Really got a good feel for the pack, the pros, the cons, what it has to offer, what it doesn't. Took this with me day in, day out for about 2 months to really get that good feel for it. So I want to point out some pros that I really like about it, some things that kind of held it back from being my go-to EDC. These things may be easily overlooked for you. They may be sticking points for you that make you look elsewhere. We'll also be running in 511's newer rapid quad zip pack and just showing you some comparable options and that type of thing. So you're gonna get a lot in this video so I can help you out decide whether or not this is the right pack to carry, particularly for me in the vein of EDC, around town, carrying all my gear plus my EDC equipment, everyday carry equipment, and getting from A to B. So let's go ahead, break this pack down and see what it has to offer. So some basic specs for you real quick. This is going to be a 30-liter pack, so that's on the larger end of your kind of EDC backpacks. You're looking at 500 denier nylon that has been water treated for some water resistance, which is great. I'm much more of the vein of give me under 1,000 for particularly around town. You know, if I'm not in the military, 500 denier nylon, 600, 700, anywhere in there is great. It's going to be a little bit lighter weight, but still give you all the toughness that those heavier deniers would offer you. So that's a big plus as well. There's lots of different color combinations that they offer you. This is like the olive green tan, which is kind of cool. They have way more low profile, like blacks and grays and all that. So there's lots of different color options out there. The other thing is that this is going to be 19.5 inches tall, 6.5 inches deep, and it's going to be 12.25 inches wide. We're also looking at YKK zippers throughout and really just well built. The materials, nothing in here did I go, wow, that's really, you know, like falling apart. You know, they 511 did a really good job making sure that they built this well. The price on this thing as well is going to fluctuate anywhere between like $100 and $130. It just depends on who, what, when, where, why, color combinations. So it's coming in at a good value point for a 30-liter pack with all the options that we're going to look at today. We will have links in the description below over to Amazon. When you guys click on those links, it helps me get out there, make videos just like this for you. You know, buy camera gear, buy other gear that we're doing and testing out all the time so that you guys get the best content possible. So I thank you for your support in that simple way by using those hyperlinks that we offer in the description below this video. 511 did send this over to us so that I can take a look at it, give you my thoughts, both pros and cons, so that you can make that wise choice on whether or not this is the right pack. So the first thing I want to do is share with you the things that really stood out to me that made me really like this bag. The first thing is comfort. This thing is a super comfortable bag, even with heavy loads. It has huge comfortable breathing pads throughout with a nice splitter down the middle to help your pack breathe. And then the yoke itself with this kind of yoke system, and then the shoulder straps having that same breathable material, nice and thick, really carry the load nicely. It doesn't bite in, dig in anywhere. They really did a good job with that. It is going to come with a sternum strap that I've removed. That's another big plus for me when I'm looking for an EDC bag. I want the option for sternum strap to either take on or take off, because when I go around town, I don't need the sternum strap, but if I did need to maybe walk home one day and carry this 5 miles, or you know, just trekking, you know, whatever it is, I want that option for the sternum strap. No belly strap that it comes with. It does have some options that you could lash if you want to. And just really well done, and a ladder system as well. So with that sternum strap, which is a big plus. I don't really understand what these are for here, these little Velcro pieces. People have asked me about that. I don't really know. These things pull off and attach, maybe more support. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments, but I don't really understand why that is. They're just there. Another huge aspect are really generous water bottle pouches that can easily handle 32-ounce Nalgene's. Has a nice elastic cord here, shock cord, with a good clamp tensioner on it, so you can, you know, cinch it over the lid of the bottle if you want, so it won't fall out, and it will easily handle those type of water bottles, and that will be on either side. So that was a huge selling point for me as well. The other major selling point for me was the fact that this is one of the most organizable packs I have ever seen, particularly in this size range of 30 liters or less. I mean, we got hidden MOLLE panels, we got tuckable pockets, we have organization admin pouches, we've got pass-through concealed carry compartments, we've got fleece lined sunglass pockets, and then we got a big main dump pocket that has a padded Laptop sleeve, it's got a couple mesh pockets for more organization. I mean, the organization in this thing is mind-blowing. And if you like compartmentalizing your gear, this thing has so many compartments and really gives you a lot of options. The final aspect was the low profile feel. You know, I can easily carry this around town and no one will think twice about what I'm carrying in here. It doesn't look super tactical, it doesn't have tons of MOLLE everywhere and scream tactical like say the Rush 12 does and the Rush series. This is way lower profile when you're going around town, so that was another big selling point for me. Now, a few kind of sticking points for me that I wasn't a huge fan of with the layout is, first off, back here where they have their pass-through concealed carry compartment, they have decided to make it a pretty small Velcro wall, really high on the pocket, really high up here, not down low. And there's all this dead space down here. I don't really know why they did that. Now, normally I would just carry my spare pistol mags in here, and then only if I needed to take my firearm off, or say I was going into a federal building, something like that, would I store it in my backpack and like leave it in the vehicle or something like that. So for me, I don't like putting my firearm regularly in my backpack. Some of you do, but that's just something that I noticed. It was really goofy, made the whole bag kind of off balanced, and the fact that it's so far away from your body. Most other bags out there tend to put the concealed carry compartment closer to your back. Now, that sometimes that's a trade-off, because sometimes it can be digging into your back and kind of painful. But that's just something I noticed. And so this just became a dead space for me. I didn't really use it a whole lot. And aside from just holding a mag, that's all I could really do with this giant pocket that has a lot of potential. But they should have either done more organization in here, done a full Velcro panel, and then we could have, Velcro attached more organizers, whatever. So that was really interesting. They only did like about a 4x6 inch Velcro panel up really high, like here on the bag. Also, the location of the compression straps was really difficult for me. Some of you may not have an issue, I do. The main reason is twofold. One, they are stationed so high that it not only makes it very difficult for you to get anything of any substance out of the main compartment. This is where your laptop would be, this is where books are, more organization, your bladder if you're doing it that way, whatever. And this is a very small compartment opening without disconnecting the compression straps. So you're constantly opening, closing the compression straps. Whereas if they had just lowered them about 2 inches, maybe down to here, not only could you have opened this up much wider, as an example, this is the Rapid Quad Zip. You can see how much bigger I can open that top panel, making it very easy for me to get into the contents of the bag. If I need to pull my computer out, my laptop, my tablets, I need to get into this organization panel right here. Very easy for me to do that because the compression strap has been lowered by about 2 to 3 inches on the side of the bag. So that was a big sticking point for me. It got really annoying over time. I was just constantly, leaving this, and then I'd be walking around and this thing would be flapping because I was just so tired of not being able to fully open the contents, which will go, like full clamshell. And again, just giving you examples here, 2 huge organizational mesh pockets. Really dig that a lot. And then since I used this so many months ago, just stuffing some jackets in there just to give us some perspective. But then you have that nice padded laptop sleeve with the tension strap, which is a big plus, but you just can't get to any of it without completely disconnecting both compression straps. The second issue that I discovered with the location of the compression straps is that it makes because of how large the bag is, being 30 liters, where most are going to be more around like 20 to 25 liter packs that you will find on the market. Even the Quad Zip, I believe, is like 27, something like that. What happens is you have lots of space, so this is a bigger EDC bag, which is a big plus, but because of the way the layout is and the cut of the main compartment, everything kind of tends to sag down in a bulge down at the bottom. And because the compression straps are so high, you can't really compress this more the center of the bag and bring it onto you. So you have this compression up high and this big kind of bell out the bottom. And so what that does is not only make it kind of a goofy load feeling, but it does tend to pull you backwards because the load tends to sink lower on your body near the small of your back, versus if the compression straps had been lowered down, I would say around this area right here, we would have had a better, more center of gravity on the bag, being able to cinch it in tighter. And then maybe if they just cut it out, maybe made it a 28 liter pack and just cut out the bottom and made it a little more linear instead of more like bell shape, it would have made just for an easier, more low profile ride instead of this kind of bulging bell shape, and kind of, depending on how heavy your load is, this pulling of your shoulders backwards a little bit. It's comfortable, but it pulls you backwards. So one other aspect to the bag that we've seen similar on some other backpacks that we've reviewed before, like the Vertex line, is they have this idea of this MOLLE compatible panel, which is really sweet. And the concept is either you can PALS compat, things that are PALS compatible, MOLLE compatible, medical kits, organizer pouches, firearm holsters, whatever. You can attach to this, including you got this little Velcro panel right here, which is super sweet. Then you can zip up your bag and you can completely conceal those items. So it doesn't look super tactical. It doesn't look threatening, or something like that. People aren't, looking at you like, hey, look at that guy, keep an eye on that guy. No one knows that you have a bunch of, medical kits or supplies or whatever. And with an added bonus of being able to completely roll it down. They give you two little loops down here, two little toggles, and kind of cinch this thing down so that it's fully exposed all the time. If you just need more quick access to it, it's not an issue for you. Or maybe, you want to conceal it, Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends you're at the range and you want faster access to your, medical kit that you may have mollied on there or whatever. It gives you that option. The downside for me is that the way that this looks, it's just really goofy. It's doable, it's functional, but it's not as slim and low profile as it could have been. And unlike the Vertex packs that we've seen, where these rolls or the covering, can slide underneath and completely goes away. You never knew that there was this panel that covered this MOLLE wall. This you absolutely know, and it looks kind of goofy, and over time that could cinch, stretch, just get loose or whatever. So that was something that's kind of, it's a positive. It's cool that they offer that as long as you can seal it. I don't really like this aspect if you're going to expose the panel on a regular basis. So there you have it, folks. There's a lot going for this pack. The comfortability, the very large size that it can carry a lot of gear really well in the sense of organization is insane. More pockets than any of my other EDC bags that I have. Gives you lots of options with the water bottle sleeves and just really well laid out. And just having some hanging ups, mostly with the location of the compression strap. For some of you, maybe you're not in the bag a lot, not a problem. I think this would be a great low profile gray man bug out bag. If you're building that, or a go bag, I think that would absolutely work really well. It's just for me, because I'm in and out of the bag probably 10 times a day, getting, particularly books and tablets and computers in and out with my job, that the compression straps for me were a pretty big hang up and an irritation. But other than that, guys, there are so many good things going for it. A lot of the organization we talked about. There's even a water bladder attachment area in here as well. For hiking, if you want to use this as more of a heavy duty hiking pack. Lots of options that this bag offers you, and at a pretty reasonable price. So I hope this video has helped you decide what's good about the Covrt, what's not good about the Covrt, and whether or not those things stand out for you and you need to look elsewhere in the 511 line or other companies altogether, or this is exactly what you're looking for, and the things that I pointed out aren't an issue to you, they're a non-issue. I hope that this video has done that for you. Thank you so much for coming over here and viewing this video. I invite you, if you're not a regular subscriber, to become part of the GT family. We're throwing up videos every single week, giving you this type of content so that you can make wise purchasing decisions. You regular subscribers, you're awesome. Thank you so much for all that you do to help and support the channel. Check us out on all the relevant social media. That's a great way to see what's up and coming. And finally, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.